Hi, 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 hi. I'm live. I'm live. It doesn't say LTE. Um, woo! Talk with me while I make some food. So, I have some topics. We're going to get right into it. I don't really wait for people to join. If you want to join, you're going to join. I might make it public. I might not. Um, there's some days where I feel like it, some days where I don't. So, anyways, here we are in this funny, fucked up world. Um, and it is now 10:39. There are powers that be. Okay, not crazy. This is just me talking about shit. There are powers that be that have the ability. I just cleaned my oven the other day too, and I realized I think some of that was mold that had collected on the grease. And every time I was cooking, I'm like baking mold, but it's okay because I heat my food up to 400 degrees, like Juvenile's record said. So there's so many things I want to get into. How about we start with a big shocker? Suge Knight's not a bad guy, right? Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. He has honest intentions, but I think he's part of a network that uh, you gain greatness by doing things, right? So I think that may be what has helped him get into the position he's in. This is all going back to 30 years of motherfucking Tupac. Can you believe Tupac was only 25 and here we are 30 years past him being 25? 30 years. So now we have exceeded his lifetime. And we're still talking about this, right? So finally he's maybe getting justice, right? Okay, anyways. So many things. Um, the ability to control my thoughts is still challenging because I can feel powers that be trying to make sure that doesn't happen. I can still feel people around me who want to use me for nefarious reasons. Um, and what I want to say about that is, in the end, everybody gets theirs. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, you know? Like, I don't have any reason to feel the need to get revenge on somebody. Um, right now, what I'm doing is making food because, like, who doesn't want to eat? Um, the reason I got onto this video, let me tell you, I'm going to get a new paper towel. The reason I got onto this video was because they made me a microbiologist, right? Um, for a couple reasons. It's fun. It's fun to look at that shit. It's fun to look at that shit. And not only is it fun to look at that shit, it's you learn so much. Like, you don't know what a piece of cat hair looks like. I can show you what a piece of cat hair looks like. It looks kind of nasty. But once you find out what it is, once you figure out, is this it? I think this is it. That's what cat hair looks like under the microscope. Looks funny, right? Um, isn't that crazy? Cat hair looks like that. So you go through everything, and once you go, supposedly that's cat hair. That's what AI told me is cat hair. I didn't see any cat hair, but maybe. I pulled that off a tiny little circle on my air filter, so I really don't know if that was cat hair. So I could show you the sample. It wasn't big enough to be cat hair. It could be cat dander. I don't know what that is. But I thought it was Stachybotrys or one of these crazy kinds of mold, right? Yeah, ew. So I'm gonna get a piece of my cat's hair and see if it really looks like that under the slide, because microbiology is fun. Looking at things up close and real, just like how you guys look at me, you know, really up close and really personal. I want to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. you know, like since I've been blown wide open like a motherfucking macro lens. I want to make sure that everybody's looking at the right thing. We're all on the same page. So what made me start my conversation with Suge Knight's a nice guy is just in an interview. People know how to talk, I guess, but you think about people's things. He's in life. He's in jail right now. He's doing his bid, right? Maybe he's trying to get out early, maybe whatever, I don't know. But he's busy doing his shit, right? So he is he's adding to the story just so that somebody else can see justice. And I think that's like in his case, it doesn't help him any, but it helps the person, you know? So I think that's commendable. Maybe he will get recognition or released early for that, right? The reason I brought him up is because I can remember one time really, in my life where I've had an experience with him, and I want to tell you who else was involved in it. Like personal experience with him. I was at a Mel's Diner. We're going to go into this because this lends towards like being handled when I was young. If I think about the number of men that I've had sex with, it really makes me think that all this fucking weirdo shit is connected. Excuse me while I wash my cat's water bowl. But, so, my encounter with Suge Knight, I didn't have a personal encounter. He was at a Mel's Diner, and the person we were with, named Adam K, I think he was he had a Camaro, like a Z whatever Camaro. Suge Knight pulled his ass out the fucking car. And I want to say threw him across the hood of it. And I don't know what that connection is, how they're connected, what happened. But I have reason to believe that Adam K was a confidential informant. And that maybe Adam got followed to the Mel's. I'm not saying Suge did it, but when I put these things together now, I start to realize things. Why would he pull him out the car like that and throw him, like, what? He was being nice, you know? That was being nice. Probably if he is a confidential informant, you know what I'm saying? I have a friend that died of a heroin and a fent overdose. And that friend that died of that, I believe his parents were well off. I don't know. I don't have anything to do with it, but I remember his mom trying to say something to me, and I had to clarify recently, like, I never cashed any checks for you. There's no motherfucking, there's no relation. Like, I had to clarify, and I had to let her know that I think that your son, I don't think that he died in the way that everybody thinks that he died. So, after I said that, I realized, like, that's crazy to say to somebody. Like, I don't know, he's how many years out from his death? But I have to get it off my chest because I think that this shit's all related. So, I'm not saying it's related, but I heard him say something and it made me think things, and it made me think about how some people in that network, in order to get to certain ranks or levels, you gotta run somebody over and that type of stuff. So, that, you know, he's coming out now because he wants to lead an honest life, I think. And I never knew I was connected to people like this. Like, this shit's all going on around me, and I'm just blind. I'm like, do, 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 do. And everybody's like, you don't fucking see who the fuck that? No, I don't, and I don't care. Because we're all people, right? Like, in the end, we are all people. And everybody's out trying to do the same thing, survive, right? So, it just made me think of that. Right now I'm having a snack. I don't want to tell you guys too much about me anymore because I feel like the more I tell about you, like y'all really trying to kill me. But we'll get to there. So the title of this video talks about me being a microbiologist now because I've been forced to look into this shit and like testing for mold. I got mosquito bites. Mosquitoes deliver illness to your bloodstream. I don't know where the fuck the mosquitoes came from, but I do know I go through my house. Like, the reason I didn't want an air conditioner is I didn't want standing water in my house, and I got an air conditioner that's not a tankless fucking air conditioner, so I have standing water in my house now. So it's possible that mosquitoes are coming and laying eggs and stuff, you know? Like, these are the things that I have gone so long to avoid in my life so as not to cause more problems, because a lot of people don't realize how the world's set up. The world is not set up for you to make it. That's where a lot of these even these spices that I'm putting on my thing, while I think that they're healthy, I notice that my food cooks differently when I use them. It burns, like carcinogenic burn, compared to just cooking, you know. But it's a company that I'm like, I trust them more than the other company that's been around for hundreds of years. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe that's wrong. So we're gonna get more into these things. Hold on, give me a minute. I gotta flip it in the middle. So we're gonna. This cut takes me that long to cook it. I gotta flip it in the middle, cook it 10 more minutes. And I just cut my finger, I think. Cuts are like really not the thing. They're not it right now because of the amount of bacteria. Like, oh my gosh, so many fucking things to tell you. The micro. Here. My hair looks so crazy because I don't do nothing to it. And it's getting gray because I'm actually getting old. I'm getting old. Check it down. Make it look crazy. Look, it's like thinning out. Like, this is like not healthy. My hair is normally a lot more healthy than this, I feel like. But also, I have no hair product on it. So it's dull. It might have mold spores on it. It's dull and it's not shiny. It's not porous. I don't dye my hair anymore, and it's kind of coarse, but not too bad. It should still be shiny. Like, when I get out the shower, my shit should still be shiny. So I don't know if it's like mold spores up in my hair too. But I still definitely believe that there's mold in here despite certain things. So for example, what did I say earlier? I said something about cooking my shit at 400 degrees. Here, we're gonna walk with me now while I cook my food. Okay, I gotta drink my probiotic. Here's the first thing. Title of the video. Let's get that out the way. And I wrote notes about it. Biofilm. Okay, so since I became a microbiologist, I've been listening to these, it's just YouTube, letting YouTube run in the background. Like knowledge and YouTube, right? So I let YouTube run in the background, and just a few minutes ago, it said, I had to write a note, it said biofilm. And what I believe, I think I have a fungal biofilm in my mouth right now that's preventing me from getting sick like how they are expecting or wanting me to. And the reason I would have that fungal biofilm is because I stopped using generic toothpaste. My breath is just hot. I use distilled water. That's it. Distilled water, and then I try to eat healthy. So, and I have a Sonicare toothbrush. So I don't know, combination of those things, a metal tongue scraper, tea tree toothpicks. That's like the extent. I want to do coconut pulling, but it's like extra to do that. So I'll get there eventually. I will figure out a way to clean my mouth that is not commercial toothpaste, because right now the system is designed to send people to the hospital. They want you to get sick. They want you to suffer. That's because what they do. Like, think about ingredients in our food. I want to watch, right now Mexico just teamed up with the US on something. But like, I really respect Mexico's president. Is the president, or because I feel like she cares about her citizens in a different way than our president cares about us. Distilled water, is clean, but if you have spores in your house while you're making it, it becomes kind of nasty. Or if you don't know much about like biofilms, you know, like you really have to wash out the containers, otherwise they become contaminated with a biofilm. So if you're drinking out, I don't drink from my water bottles. I just use them as decanting containers. Um, because if you put your lips on it, the second you put your lips on it, you might as well throw it in the trash. And that's how germs work. That's why we're looking at this photo right here of what AI called a cat hair, which it could be, but I'm gonna look at a cat hair in a minute. And then this is paper fiber. Pretty sure that's what this is. Um, but this, like, you know, like looking at these things, what are these things? These are all the things in your environment. So every time you go outside, bring some of this shit back inside with you. This is just paper towel filament, supposedly. But right, like it's really crazy and it's really fun. One of my favorite. I really like this picture. This is a pine tree seed or something like that. Ain't that beautiful? No president is better. Distilled water balance is best. No president is better. I just started making my own kombucha. Good bacteria help. Good bacteria does help. It's necessary. So good bacteria. So let's talk about what I started with. Biofilm from not using commercial toothpaste is keeping me from getting toxic sick. I've been watching stuff on black mold ever since I suspected it in my apartment recently. I saw it. They brought it out the crawl space when they cut into the motherfucking when they cut into the drywall after my apartment got flooded for like the fourth time. They took out a piece of the drywall, took a picture, and posted it. So right now, they know everything. They know, well, supposedly they know everything and they control everything. But so I guess they knew that I was going to stop using commercial toothpaste after I ran out on the last time. And that's why my teeth ended up in this condition, like how they are. This goes straight to my brain. This condition will lead directly to my brain. The way my teeth are, like, let me get a cavity in one of these. Don't let me, knock on wood, motherfucker. Even if it's reclaimed. But if I were to get something really nasty, this will cause bloodstream infection, and it goes straight to my brain. This is the closest to my brain anything can get is your teeth. So if you have bad teeth health, your brain's not working right. My teeth health is whatever. I don't know. It's whatever my brain is telling me to do. This is self-medicating. It's just like my knowledge. I'm a GATE student. This is really what GATE is. They're testing us, every single one of us. So, making the choice to stop using commercial toothpaste may save me from dying from toxic mold. Isn't that crazy? So, the fungal film in my mouth has created a barrier. And the guy on the TV just now, Dr. Something, and I think it's an old video, so it's not like they just came out with it yesterday. This is like knowledge that's been around. The message he just put out was the biofilm in my mouth, possibly, right? We don't know. I'm a hypochondriac, but we're going to test theory. Biofilm is what is intercepting the mold toxins and spitting them back out. And I think that comes out in like the form of halitosis and that shit. It's like I am literally off-gassing toxins in my body. I'm converting them into something else, is what it feels like. Because my metabolism, they knew since I was a kid, I've had the same metabolism. I was a very skinny kid. So eating in a manner in which you don't give a shit, right? Like if you get lazy, if you have a job that makes it so you can't eat properly, it's only a matter of time before your body shape changes and you become unhealthy, and then you have to start going to the doctor or you're gonna die. We're all gonna die, but the manner in which you die will be determined by how well you take care of yourself, also the others around you, which is why I come on to YouTube and I share this. I want to encourage people to look shit up, fact check. AI is going to make you dumber than a motherfucker. AI is what's going to kill you. If AI says that this motherfucking thing is a cat hair, I'm going to check and see what a cat hair really looks like, because that looks like bacteria growth that is in a colony to me. That looks like a colony of if I showed it how long it was versus how big the sample was, I don't know if that's a cat hair. That's pet dander. What is that? So do your own research. It may not be Stachybotrys. It could be something else. Um, it's enough for me to know that, like, the fungal fucking bacteria on my face, when I'm looking at the cameras, my 24/7 cameras, I got a green screen that I use for work, and it's to keep my cameras from looking at the screen that I'm working on. So on that, I can see it's just like a film of dust, and that's with my windows closed. That's with like the last day I haven't been running the HEPA filter. So one day of not really running a HEPA filter has made it so that a tremendous, right, in the words of President Trump, tremendous amount of dust has built up in just one day. And that's not like, I have an air conditioner on that has 2 HEPA filters on it. I have my windows are closed. I barely opened the door even today. And so I was watching my security cameras while I did laundry, because that's what I have to do now, since I have the knowledge that they have the ability to get into my apartment if they wanted to. So I had to watch my cameras the whole fucking time I'm doing laundry, the whole time I go do anything, because of the fact that they stop my alarm. They're always in the hallway whenever I'm coming and going. They know exactly where I'm at because they report up the chain, what I'm wearing, what I do, what I drive, what I got in my basket, whatever. And then, so anyways, I still have to go out, and like, it's a lot of people. We're going to get into another topic here. There's a lot of people who don't know how to respect personal belongings and respect themselves. It's a lot of the same people who have these crazy ass fucking phones and are just like scrolling all fucking day on them, just looking for some shit to start, looking for somebody to fuck with, looking like trolls, online internet trolls. And I think when I think about trolls, I think back to when my sister was younger and she loved trolls. I remember for Christmas, did I get the trolls or did she get the trolls? But I remember one of my Christmases, uh, we got a box of trolls, like a whole bunch of them. Every single hair color, every single little funny ass looking troll. Trolls have little Haitian looking noses, huh? That's where potato nose comes from. I don't know. There's so many things I'm thinking about in my mind right now, like all the key wording, all the fucking stupidness, all the acting. I'm not looking for answers. I have them. I find them, and I will survive. That's why I'm looking at a microscope for this shit instead of accusing people. Because before I accuse somebody, I have to do the research and find out where the fuck that shit comes from. And if it's not coming from inside of my apartment, it's something on the outside that got brought in here. So that's how toxic black mold is. Toxic enough to make you motherfucking clean your whole ass fucking apartment every single goddamn day and still have a ton of dust build up because you fucked up and touched the stairs on accident. Right? That's how toxic black mold. It don't matter how good a HEPA filter, how good your shit works. I got UVC lights. I've been going through this for just 2 weeks. Right? This the rest of my life now. It doesn't matter where I go. If I try to bring, like, black mold, you quite literally have to leave the clothes on your back. You have to jump out the shower and just go. And even jumping out the shower is dangerous because you risk picking up more mold spores on your way out the shower. I don't know. Is there a cream for black mold? You gotta, like, shower in vinegar. That's what the whole pickle shit is. Everybody's a pickle. It's not, you guys aren't making fun of me. It's literally, quite literally, wealthy people playing pickleball, using that as a joke for all the shit that they know about what they've done to citizens in Los Angeles. How do you protect yourself? You have ivermectin? You got a good doctor? Citric acid is black mold. You could get real citric acid from like a lemon, you know? Citric acid is what's supposed to be used to clean my water distiller. So supposed to. I haven't cleaned it in a minute. Um, there are the water distiller also has a charcoal filter, but I don't know. Maybe there's fucking fly eggs, fly larvae up in the charcoal filter. You never know, you know. So going back to Suge Knight has it pretty much was an apology. It sounded like he's having some kind of remorse. I hope so. I hope everybody out there that's doing fucked up shit to people, and not to say that anything, because I don't want to get involved in shit I don't know about, I don't like to speak about, but just based off of what I know, his time in jail and what he said in his interview, it sounds like he wants to do better than how he's been portrayed, the narrative that's been put out about him. And I actually think that it's not just like like I could separate narrative from who he is, and it sounds like he's always had good intentions, just the life he chooses to lead has put him in the positions that he's in. So you can't, that's the same thing that I'm going through. The life that I've chosen to lead has put me in this position. The inability to shut the fuck up when I know better, right? Like I cannot help myself. I didn't sign up to be a whistleblower. That's autism. It really is. It's on the spectrum. How high on the spectrum are you? How high on the motherfucking criminal justice spectrum are you? That's autism. I don't have it in me, in my brain, in my heart, in my soul, in my body to consciously hurt people, right? I could think I can match energy and just not care as much as they don't care. But why? Why if I just walk away, it's no problems. If I just walk away, I don't have to think about any of that shit. I just get to go about my day. So I'm literally looking at like spores replicating in my apartment. You know, it's like real dusty in here, and it's not even, it's 49%. So this just dust. I guess I gotta just like run the filters more. You know, it's not a single thing I could take with me anywhere. Like really, I should not be taking shit outside. My pens, even my pens, they got shit on the handles and shit. Everything, quite literally everything. You don't know how microscopic is. Microscopic gets. It takes one little motherfucking. I think everybody should go get a microscope and look at everything. Everything that they think is nasty, look at it under a microscope. See how much more nasty it is. Everything that you think is nasty, like dust. You don't notice dust because it's tiny, right? You walk in every day, you got a shit ton of dust. You don't give a shit. Open the door, dust moves around. You say whatever. Paper towel dust. Using paper towels make more dust. Dust, mold, track paper towel dust. Kitchen nasty, bathroom nasty. Always, don't matter how much you clean it. It doesn't matter. If you have mold in your motherfucking, the cavities of your walls, this building has to get condemned. Even abatement, remediation, doing that to any of the apartments in here, you know what you're doing? You're exposing the other apartments to it. So it's just going to move from one apartment to the next. It's literally, it's not, why don't you just go somewhere else, bitch? Black mold is the end of your life. Like, on a real note, you know? Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh my gosh, you know? But quite honestly, if you are an honest person, and you don't want to go about creating problems at someone else's motherfucking place, you need to, and see, look, I made a mistake and I got a dish in my fucking cupboard that might have still been wet, so now I gotta go in there and dry it. Otherwise, I don't know if I got a spore in there. And God forbid humidity get higher, now I got fucking mold on my cabinet. So nope, I just dried whatever fucking water it is I think I left in there. Quite literally. Because that's how easy that shit spreads. Right? I should leave the cabinet. No, I shouldn't, because then that's how fucking dust gets in there. Right? You're fucked any way you put it. Once you get it. So I don't care. I'm gonna go about life as long as I can, however I can. I guess though, once you get out of it, it gets a lot better. But I saw things on mold tests, and they said it's more in the air outside than in your house. So if that's everywhere, we're all fucked. We're doomed. That's how you get rid of poor people. We are all fucked. Even the rich people, though, that's what I'm laughing at. Even the rich people. You know why? Because we all are breathing the same air. So it don't matter. Might as well be fucking happy. Happy and not fucking trying to steal from people. Because that's where problem. That's you're gonna be fucking miserable because you can't fucking breathe, and then you're gonna go do some stupid shit. No, it's like that lady who went to jail so she could get her cancer treatment paid for. Genius, motherfucker. IQ on 130 might have been a gay student. You know what I'm saying? Things I don't want to eat right now, but I'm going to. Motherfucking. I am going to eat sauce. I'm gonna put sauce on my chicken nuggets. Not my chicken. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. So. And my oven. I don't know if I cooked these at the right temperature. I think I'm supposed to cook them a little bit hotter. It's okay. Hopefully I don't get sick. Hopefully I don't get food poisoning. But everything really is designed to fucking kill you. It is like a setup. On the biggest fucking level. And I'm not saying it to be like fucking doom-seeky. I'm saying it as a ways to make people feel better about the shit they don't have in life. The shit that they want to fucking... Ooh, I almost dropped that shit. See? Only you can ruin your day. The shit that... Don't be mad about life when life hands you the shit that you deserve. Because we all got it bad. We all got to breathe this motherfucking air. So you got people out there that's wealthy and they're stealing from other people to like, what are you doing? You're not increasing your chances of living, right? You're trying to make everyone homeless and control all the real estate and all the buildings and decide who gets to breathe fresh air or whatnot. Well, really, it's your motherfucking building and the materials that's causing this shit. Really, if you think about it, it's material. It's your trash collection. The whole way we fucking dispose of trash is fucking weird, right? Like we have to. How do we create that much trash in the first place? Right. I have shit to do too. I'm gonna try to eat this quickly. Not quickly. Take my fucking time. Enjoy my shit. But really, so many things to think about when you have mold. So, going back to, my fucking, I was given this chair too because I think they wanted me to scratch my floor some more. Not given, I paid $20 for it. And it's a really nice chair. It's an $800 chair. I paid $20 for it. I wonder if this is mold on my shorts. It might be. God damn. I just put these on. I think I gotta throw these shorts away. Right? Like you get mold wet and then it's like, I got wet. Right? It doesn't present as a problem. Oh my gosh, I took notes. Here, we're gonna read my notes from earlier. And I'm gonna talk about a video I watched earlier that's like just mind blowing. This is what happens when you stop smoking weed. You get to actually feel and see all the shit that you don't want to see that you didn't see. So let's go back. I don't know. Did I ever finish my story? I said biofilm on my teeth, mold, fucking scientists. It's not fucking it's not rocket science. It's like just cause and effect. It's very simple. There's nothing crazy. And everybody just doesn't know how to research shit. You guys didn't have encyclopedias as kids. So what I want to say, first thing I want to start out with is People who don't respect personal property and belongings, their parents didn't do a good job taking care of them. They have either some kind of grudge or their parents didn't understand money. I don't think this shrimp is ready. I think that I need to put it back in the oven. Let's see. Yeah, every single one of them got to go back. Hope I don't get sick from that. Come on to the kitchen. Let's go back to the kitchen. Motherfucker. That's why only you can fuck your own shit up. So, right, I think I'm supposed to cook it at 450. And I only cooked it at 400. Because I was all fucking busy juveniling. Ladies and gentlemen. So, fresh. I'm gonna buy. I got them all wrong, huh? Coca-Cola. I need it in my life. No, I don't need Coca-Cola. But okay. Now I gotta start that shit up again. I let my phone touch the cutting board. Oh no. End of the world. Hold on. Isn't this crazy? The world is crazy. More paper towel dust. If that shit get wet, ooh, it's gonna be nasty. And I just sprayed soap on this water bottle. That's okay. Gotta wash it past me. Okay. Preheat. I turn that bitch off. And we're gonna put it at 430? 425, I think it was. And then we're gonna go. Just let it go. So why you're not cooking? They are pointing the directed energy weapons at me and shit. And it's making all the electronics start to short out. They're really trying to bleed out the fucking money. There's no money, buddy. I just gotta cook it on the stove and use gas. The fuck? That was a toaster I got used. You guys are really fucking weirdo. I paid $20, $25 for this motherfucking new wave off of fucking Craigslist. Used. Right? This weird. You guys are weird as fuck. It's brand new use. Somebody opened it, used it one day, and motherfucking said, I gotta get rid of that. Maybe now I'm thinking about shit. When you buy used stuff, you don't know where it came from. You don't know if it came from a moldy house. So really, owning anything used, I buy most of my shit brand new. We really don't know. Start to put shit together. Like, imagine if somebody 10 years ago, because I think that's how long ago I got that, had a plan, conspiracy. Imagine if there's a fucking text message somewhere that's like, you got the fucking new wave, the mold wave ready. The new mold wave. Wouldn't that be crazy? That would be so fucking crazy. Right now, everything's like power kind of low. They're fucking with my energy, no? They're trying to steal my energy is what they keep saying to me. So right now, all my fucking, all my appliances are like barely fucking working. This is how funny. It's not just take a chill pill. If you gotta say shut up, here's what happens. There you go. Come back later. So now we're back here. Right? Once you figure out this shit, It's crazy. You can hear it. The buzz of energy. Maybe I don't have as many things running as normal, but you can hear that the energy in my apartment, the fan's not as strong as it normally is. The oven's not working as strong as it normally does. Everything's real low. It's never been quiet like this. It's not the buzz of energy that's normal. And then lights start flickering and shit. This is weird, you know? Why does it look like, oh my gosh, don't tell me. They're going to try to do that thing again. Like the building feels like it's shutting down. Isn't that crazy? Like I have things that are running on battery that sound stronger than the power for the building. So we'll see. That's crazy. Um, I wonder who's using all the power. That's how they're trying to tap us out, tap me out. Oh, because I keep talking about their shit. Because I have mentioned Suge Knight ran over somebody or something, right? And then, so he's ranking now, I think, my opinion. Because isn't that one of the things that they make you do in order to get higher up in the ranks? But it's so different because how do people want to do good by people? Yet that's one of the things you got to do to get higher up in the ranks. What kind of power issues is this building having? What kind of slumlord is this? He might not have paid the power bill. You know who controls it? LADWP? Power. They just need me to say power. Well, I said that shit now. Fix my shit. So anyways, there's so many things. Let me go back to this book because I guess you guys want me to share what it is that I saw on the TVs today. 52 Bel Air, and I wrote a question. This is my remote viewing shit. Right? It's the remote viewing combined with shit I saw on the TVs. We'll go back a couple days so I could get all these things in. We'll go back to when I started microbiology. Wash off storage boxes in the kitchen. Create bioslides of environmental mold. Register ACA and kettle. They did that. Charge batteries and lights because Lord knows these motherfuckers is trying to take some shit out. Get mold test results. I got them and I don't believe them. Not to say that they did a bad job. I think that the samples that I sent in based on what I know now about how to take a sample, because the kit is like a fucking dummy kit. It's a kit that says just walk up, put the tape on it, doom, boom, you're done. But there's actually a way to do it if you want to get good results. And I think I got a better test kit, at least for myself, just for my microbiology, my desire to learn. And I'm having fun with looking at this shit. So I'm not bothered by it, right? We're all going to die. I'm amazed by it. I'm amazed at the motherfucking shit that the universe has told me to do to help me to survive. Because everything right now that's going on in my life is designed to fuck with my immune system. Like vitamin D. I didn't get to go outside today because there was a mold abatement scheduled from 8 to noon. So that means that after, oh, and I didn't even check back to see what time it got posted. So they had posted this mold abatement letter on my door that said, tomorrow on 8/14, we're going to come do mold abatement. And I had gotten a call from this random number, Alvic, home, whatever. And, you know, me being paranoid of people trying to come in and do weird shit to my apartment, because that seems to be the case. I asked for their contractor number, and they really are what they say they are. So I don't know if they are really the company, but at least I got the number for it and someone to say that that's where they're from. But the funny thing is, they keep saying they're Gabriel from property management. Well, Gabriel is not the lady from. It's the lady, first of all, not Gabriel. And like, you know, they're just trying to like be weird about it. It's not Gabriel. It's Gabriella. The lady's name, Gabriella from property management. Her name is Gabriella, not Gabriel. So that makes me weary of whoever it is that they're trying to send into my apartment. And then on top of that, the apartment sent me notice that they're gonna come on the 18th, right? They sent it 2 minutes before Gabriel called my ass and tried to make an appointment for the 14th. So they tried hard as they might to make me believe that they were going to come today. And I don't know what that was. If it was so simple to just tell them, you said the 18th originally, so why would you change what day you said you were coming? Well, as I understand it, the 17th is their deadline to respond to the county. The deadline for Drake Real Estate Management to respond to my letter to Los Angeles County is, I believe it's 8. I could check my letter. I got the letter. I also got a copy of the letter. And I could check the letter, and the letter says they're supposed to come by on 8/17, and they should have remedied the deal, right? They should have remedied the situation in my apartment. This is the reason I got the fucking microscope, because the conspiracy that is my life is so large. I don't think that it's impossible for the people who did my mold test to lie, or just I took bad samples or whatever, right? I think that there are so many factors that could be held up in the court of law as any reasonable person this happens to, because it happens to a lot more people than you know. It's a wealthy means of getting rid of poor people, poor uneducated people. I also believe that there is a system in which might be our state that uses special education people that they know they can set up for crimes against special people, gifted, talented. Right? So essentially, what it is using the 98% against the 2%. Which why it feels like you're always in high school. Everything that happens in your life as a targeted individual, it makes you feel young, because it reminds you of like the way people's brains worked in high school. So it feels like they hire criminals through the criminal informant program, and they put some of them in jobs and positions and places so they can control shit. And that's all that it is. So that's why I left my drink open. I gotta check and see if a bug flew in it. I am proponent of worse than a bug, mold. No. I am proponent of motherfucking Little House on the Prairie living, because I'm sure mold grew in it, but I got probiotics in here, bitch. Um, I'm a proponent of Little House on the Prairie living because you can be stupid and still survive on the prairie, because if a snake bites you once, you're not going to let it bite you again. Right? Like, unless you're really stupid, how many times are you going to let a snake bite you? Um, so, Little House on the Prairie, you didn't have to deal with technology fucking you up. They're like pulling the wool over your eyes with the fucking cell phone. So everybody out there that's got their cell phone in their face, in their hands, who believes everything that they could see on it, including you if you're watching me, right? Because I think it's a waste of time to watch me. I think it's a waste of time to watch what the fuck I'm doing. Unless I'm helping your life. If I'm helping you live a better life, go ahead. But as far as like trolling me and shit, it's never gonna be. You guys are never gonna be one step ahead. You could watch everything I do and be like, fuck. So, for example, last night, I worked all day yesterday, right? And then I get off and I'm thinking, oh, it's street cleaning day. I gotta go move my car. Do I do it now or do I do it in the morning? Well, if I had waited until the morning, I would have gone to move my car when they would have been sending someone into my apartment without me home. And that was the plan. Because supposedly they just need to steal a pair of my underwear to set me up for some fucking epic crime. They already got it, maybe. I don't know. But they'd much rather, it's much easier for them to set me up for a crime than it is to buy me out of my lease. Well, hypothetically, you know what I'm saying? Because the V2K, all they say is, all they talk about is not being able to get me out of here. Right? They say, we're never going to be able to get her out of here. Because they watch everything I do all day. And they're like, fucking shit. That was a trap. That was a setup. And then it got so bad to the point where I realized, like, nobody's going to spend this much time on somebody they don't like. This is slavery. They are trying to make me push myself as hard as I can just to survive. It's the same people who cracked whips on black people, Africans, call them Negroes. It's the same people. So when you wake up and realize who's putting the money in your hand, you know, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Guess what? We're all in this together. We're stuck in it. It's funny, though, that poor people and rich people have to share air. You guys are going to have to start walking around with some N95s again, like COVID. Those of you who, like, really are gung-ho on all your fucking money and your big house and your nice car and shit. Like, you're really going to have a special suit and shit if you want to survive. Or you're going to just have to stop using toothpaste. Like, stop using toothpaste and whatever fluoride. Fluoride probably holds that shit against your tooth. So you're just, like, constantly being fucking poisoned. Right? So instead of a biofilm, you have biohazard. But they use society to make you feel, to shame you. Right? They'll tell you that we're trying to give her a complex. They use society to try to shame you into your place. Right? We're trying to make her think that she smells. If she thinks that she smells, then she's going to go do the things that we want her to do. Right? It reminds me back to one day when I heard this kid, I think his name is Scott. He was friends with Jalen. He's kind of short, looks like a leprechaun. Looks very green, is very much his color. Maybe he likes money a lot. I don't know. But when I first met him, I didn't want to meet him. It was a forced interaction in which he walked up to me, honestly, at least, or maybe he didn't walk up to me. He asked Jalen, he said, why does she always smell like that? Jalen, whatever the fuck his name is. To which I answered because I heard him say it, you know. which is what he wanted me to do because I understand how this confidential informant program works now. So, to which I replied, I smell like that because something like, I don't care. I think I told him I don't wear deodorant. Straight up. Right? So now you don't gotta ask him why. I just told you why. And no complex was formed against me. So that's why you shouldn't mess with gay students, because they're gonna fuck your shit up. And that's why you target gay students also. So what else? Right? When I hear like all of these people, as far as getting an attorney for this shit, everybody wants proof of residency. You know what proof of residency does for them? Allows them to really steal my identity. Right? Like if you gotta go anywhere and turn in a phone bill, they already got it. They got access to my mail. But it's easier to market online if you just have me send it to you, right? It's on my phone. It's in my email. And then you guys get to use it for wherever, multiple times. So it's a real big problem in America where people's identities get stolen and they get murdered by black mold. I wonder, I'm gonna bust this micro organization all the way the fuck open because this is a network that they had embedded on my laptop. It's called the Micro. I don't know if they ever thought that I would get around to getting myself a microscope so I could look at them back. And right, how else you can make people think all kinds of crazy things and take themselves out. But what if this person is smarter than you? I don't gotta use AI. I use MARGIE. Right? Smiley face. Smiley face. I think that was irritating to somebody because that's a symbol that they use. That's a symbol they use. That's a symbol that they use. So like, you guys are calculated. I know. I don't need a calculator. I use one though. I use one because it just fact check, you know? You gotta trust on the fact check. One thing I trust more than anything is my 10 key by touch, bitch. On life in general. So and that's what AI is intended to fucking take over. Right? Adobe, OCR, motherfucking flat cameras. I hope you have stock in all of this shit. Because if you do, you'll be around forever. Society. But if you're poor and stupid, they're gonna knock you out real quick. They might let you knock yourself out with the confidential informant program. They say, oh, couldn't do it. They know there's no fucking match. They're no match for me. And they fucking multi-level marketed your ass into losing all your fucking money. And now you're about to lose your freedom. Because you didn't believe me when I said I'm a gay student. Well, maybe you believe me, but I mean, I wonder what the fucking the side effects of eating mold is. Like having it fall in your drink and fucking get wet. But if you got biofilm on your teeth. You'll be good. Hold on, I'll be back. This network likes to fuck around with you. We're gonna talk about everything. They like to fuck around with you, and they tell you about how they stole your identity or whatever because they want you to change your password. And every time you change your password, they already have access to your brainwaves, baby. So every time you change your password, they're selling it on the dark web. How do you control that? You gotta get the people in charge of the fucking bullshit. Like, for example, today, I got a phone call like 10 minutes after they were supposed to come for my inspection, right? They're trying so hard for this voice file. They got it now. They're trying so hard for this voice file. If they don't get it, if they don't get me overreacting to this fucked up ass fucking notice that I got, that they didn't even show up for it. You want to see it? I'll show it to you. Because I'm really good about showing these things, you know? That's all they need. You got my address, everything. Here. And then what did this work? Like, if they keep asking me for proof of residence, doesn't this serve as a proof of residence, no? It has the address on it. It said my name. So use this. I want to use this as the proof of residence. You got that, right? Okay. Well, they never showed up for this. So, I'll tell you why, though. I can tell you why. Because they're trying to flip it in their way, in their favor. They wanted me to be a messy bitch. So, Los Angeles County told me not to clean up the mold, evidence of the mold. But I have to survive in my apartment. So, I have to clean it up to an extent while trying to save some for them to come and test. I don't know, maybe I did too good of a job of saving it or whatever, but I noticed it on some of my clothes. Like yesterday, I went and I did laundry, and I used vinegar on everything. I inspect my clothes before and after washing to see, does this have mold? Does this have mold? Does this have mold on it? Right? So I put the vinegar on everything. Everything. At least while it's in my apartment, it's not growing. It just looks like a stain. I don't know how many people are out there just thinking their shit's stained. And they fucking are literally just shedding mold spores every time they shake their shit. That shit is not just a stain. That's not snot. That just means that not bacteria. Humidity is low right now. In about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 4 hours, however long it takes for humidity to get up to 60, 70%, your shit's going to start growing like a cotton ball. So there's a lot of people out there with mold right now. And they come around at times when you can't detect it. Humidity's low, moisture's low. And they're like, you don't got a problem. So we're going to get into this video that I fucking... Before I go do anything, I got to get this off my fucking chest. Rotifer are the things that I keep finding. Are those the things I keep finding on my floor? Rotifer comes from like pond water environment. Rotifer is like really living and shit. I don't want to put my feet on my couch because I don't know what I'm fucking putting on the couch. So are those the things I keep finding on my floor? The only reason I ask is because I've seen what they look like under the microscope, and I keep finding these. They look almost like little fingernail clippings. They look like fingernail clippings with a very distinct tail. The tail on all of them matches, right? That's like the identifying factor I have for thinking, is that a rotifer? So I'm so curious to see. And then my next notes that I wrote, let me go back, look at it. Okay, I didn't write anything on that. Next notes were declassified January 2017. Something like 13 million pages were published. And what does that say? In an avalanche, right? So they just released 13 million documents, 13 million pages. You cannot go through all of that, right? This is not, I don't think this is Epstein files. It's 13 million pages of motherfucking classified shit that nobody's talking about while we're all looking at Epstein and shit, you know? So this is the stuff that they did, that they're admitting to behind your back, so they could be like, I came clean. So in order to view these things, you actually have to travel to the place, the repository, view it on, I think it's a microfiche, print it out. Maybe it's more advanced than a microfiche now. Do you remember? Some of you guys don't even know how to read, so I can't talk to you. But we have a library. And in the library, most libraries got at least one motherfucking microfiche. So you could look at old ass newspapers and shit. So anyways, 13 million pages published in an avalanche. The only way you can see them is if you go down. Somebody said that they want to make that shit, put that shit online. Like demanding that they put it online. And they stall, whatever. Somebody goes down there and starts printing off copies to the cost of that fucking, whoever's storing it. Just printing off copies, scanning it in, and uploading it. So here's some of the things we got. Kissinger papers. I don't know if that's why I'm hearing people talk about Bezos, right? I don't know what's in them. I have to research. That's why I took notes. The UFO collection. Don't we have all those scientists that just went missing or otherwise unalive themselves because they have knowledge of something that we probably shouldn't know, that they shouldn't know, or they have knowledge that their knowledge could be exposed through brainwaves and shit, so they just got rid of themselves because they probably got some kind of secret codes or something. So, I don't think a lot of them unalive as we start to get into the investigations. Jesse Weber, who's a civil rights lawyer, hit me up if you're interested, but I really don't answer my phone, so you're going to have to do it through YouTube. Is the only way you're probably going to be able to get a hold of me, unless you got one of my many email addresses, and I'm checking that shit because they got me on an IMSI, so I only get my messages as they allow me to. So I really can't. Everything that I'm able to share with you, it's intentional. Somebody is out there controlling this shit. They want you to know about it. Otherwise, they have every ability to shut me the fuck up. Right? They're trying to make it so that I say enough to get myself... It's a self-fucking confession thing. They want me to say enough to get myself in trouble. I'm just telling you about them. Recipes for invisible ink. That's something I thought was very interesting because I've known since I was little. I think it's lemon. You could use lemon juice. And I even did like a little example today. I had crab cakes for lunch. And I put the lemon on top of it. Then I squeezed it on the parchment paper once it was heated up. That's how you make invisible fucking ink. That's the first, most easiest way I know of. Is motherfucking lemon juice. Lemon juice in a pen on parchment paper or whatever. And then have somebody iron that shit. That's motherfucking invisible ink. But we have now Noodler's ink, which I love. And I don't know, when I got into fountain pens, I had a very strong attraction to invisible ink. I haven't really used it, but I find that it's handy for something. I don't know yet. Maybe I need to use it. I don't know. Um, Maybe I should use it. Oh my gosh, I should use it to list the names of all the people fucking with me, so that whenever my time comes, whoever knows to fucking check that shit, check that shit. Um, the Stargate Files, which is like the Gate program, kind of loosely related. Psychics. So it's everything I've been talking about. All those files got fucking released between 2017 and now. People been looking at them. Supposedly 400 people's social securities, IDs, everything. People who work for the government shit got leaked. It's all a means of control by a super narcissistic person. And then here's my next notes. I didn't understand why. I have, since I was a little kid, had an obsession, I'll call it. Like how you guys follow me around. I've been fucking so interested in JFK's assassination because it was 2 shots, right? How did all that shit happen with 1 shot? I don't think so. Right? It's 2 different angles. Physics. That's the next thing I wrote down. JFK, psychics. That says psychics, but also physics. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's unexplainable. Zapruder films, 2 different hospitals. Shit that I just remember off the top of my head that doesn't sound like cohesive. Put into AI and see what it thinks. See what it links. So, 52 Bel Air. The way I came up with that is they were talking about B-52 bombers, right? B-52 bombs creating a hydrogen bomb. We'll get into it. We're going to get there. B-52 bombers. So when I heard 52, it made me think of Bel Air. 52 Bel Air is a car, but what happened in Bel Air, California in 1952? I don't know. Can we link some of these things up? We could just go searching on a duck hunt and maybe motherfucking psychic is psychic as does. Because I have no clue why I wrote this shit down. 0 clue. It's just like my ears heard it and I was like, that sounds important. So, MK Ultra Operation Moist Mop. When I was at the laundry room last night after I got this notice. So what happened was it was like 9 or 10 o'clock and I looked out my door to see just what was outside. And I said, oh, look, they put the notice. Oh, look at the day. It says the 14th, even though I received just minutes, whatever, prior or something, a notice on my email saying that the appointment's on the 18th. I also spoke with the guy on the phone, and that's what I had asked him to tell the management, because that's the original day that he told me he was going to come, right? So I already knew that day was too late, which is why I agreed to it so readily. On the 18th is the day I'm supposed to call the county and say, you guys fucked up. On the 18th is the day I'm supposed to call the county and say, Drake did not fucking perform because they're pulling my chain, yanking me around, trying not to repair the broken boards and shit in my apartment. You know, that the 18th is too late for you guys. You could come on the 18th all you want. You didn't fucking do your job on the day. You might be able to get an appeal or file an extension or whatever, but you got to do that, right? So if you tell me you're coming on the 18th, I obliged. I'm ready for the 18th. So for you to try to change it to the 14th, I already have plans, you know? It's okay. I was here, I was ready, I was available on the 14th, but they didn't come because they want to get into my apartment when I'm not home. Their intention was for me to get that notice and then have to go move my car. So either they're going to cost me the $60 parking ticket or whatever, because they're trying to nickel and dime every motherfucker. That's why I found a nickel outside my door. They're trying to nickel and dime every single thing. But I'm a psychic. So anyway, they put the notice out. I saw it and I said, oh, you know what? I really need to do laundry before they come over. So I didn't sleep last night and I did my laundry. So their intention with that is to make it look like I'm a meth addict. Because from 9 p.m. until 2 a.m. or whatever in the morning, I'm doing laundry because I know the importance of this motherfucking inspection. I know the importance of how they're trying to make it look like I'm the messy ass bitch. I know the importance of this. So I took all my dirty clothes because I've been holding on to dirty clothes since I can't go to my mom's house because I don't want to bring her mold. So I've been holding on to all my dirty clothes because I don't want to take them to the laundromat necessarily. But they're not really dirty. They don't have stains on them yet. So I don't want to just throw out shit that's not stained. So I just held on to it. And I realized my apartment is not anywhere near as nasty as the hallway was when a particular resident lived here. Right? So that's where I believe the source of the mold came from. That apartment and everybody going in and out of it. And they're trying to link that to me, which is why when I walk outside, I'm followed by people who resemble drug addicts. They might be actors, they might be criminal informants. But when I watch shows like Jesse Weber and they talk about, well, the cell phones were traveling together, that's what this network is doing. I don't know any of these people walking with me. That's why you see me stop walking and act fucking stupid and funny. Because somebody that's possibly convicted of prostitution or convicted of methamphetamine charges is trying to walk next to me like we're friends. So I don't want to walk next to any of you. Even driving slow, right? That's why I got a ticket driving 45 miles an hour. Because somebody has to link their cell phone to my motherfucking shit. Or their other intention is to make me turn it on airplane mode so then I don't hear the alarm when they come in my apartment. Or turn it on airplane mode so that they can nefariously use my device in locations that it's not. That's what the whole network does. That's all the network is doing. So everything they're trying to do to me, I have to not do it. I can't turn it on airplane mode. I don't care if they... That's why they send an excessive amount of people to follow you. Is because they want to force you to turn that shit on airplane mode. And then they get paid for that. Once you turn it on airplane mode, their network can go to work on your shit. So you can walk next to me all you want. I'm putting it out there. I don't know any of you. Because that's when they find you. When they find you in an alley with a motherfucking needle in your shit, they're going to say, well, she was hanging out. Their phones were traveling together. No, the fuck our phones were not, bitch. So I have to turn my shit on airplane mode 30, 40, 50 times every time I see him. As a marker, as an indicator, like this person is not with me. I've noticed someone around me that should not be walking with me. So now my phone's entered and exited and entered and exited and entered and exited the network that number of times, so long as they're standing there. Most recently, someone who I believe to be a gang member of a Southside gang is standing next to me in the hallway. And just standing there. So I gotta airplane mode that shit. His presence doesn't bother me. Right? He's quiet enough to leave well enough alone, unlike the other girl who was trying to provoke hostility. So, okay, here's your voice file. MK Ultra, Operation Moist Mop. So last night, I had to go do laundry and I had to watch my security camera because these people are so desperate because somebody very big and wealthy keeps sending them money because their shit is at risk of going down forever. While I was at the laundromat, and I don't mind this because it's part of the guy's job, like keeping the place clean, but I could tell it was intentional. The mop and the sweeping, right? So here's what I want to get into with that. Innocent enough, right? Mopping and sweeping, very innocent. But if you think about 4 hydrogen bombs that went undetonated, but they did explode upon contact, they shattered plutonium everywhere. This really happened. 1 microgram of plutonium, when absorbed, is enough to be a problem. Similar to black mold, right? So moist mop, mold growth, moist mop, mold growth. The moist mop is what I saw in my sister's apartment. She had a motherfucking, not apartment, in her house. She had it was like a wet dry vac with a motherfucking filter in it still. She's manufacturing mold in her apartment, in her house, whatever. That's her. Maybe she's trying to kill her kids. Maybe somebody did that to her and she just doesn't realize it. Someone around her is exposing her to mold. What's she gonna do? She gonna try to blame me for that shit? Probably. But I remember seeing those things and I'm like, if anybody, as a licensed cosmetologist, and thank God for my license, as a licensed cosmetologist, maybe that's why they shut the schools down, because they're trying to, like, this shit is going to go down in history. There's going to be no proof that I'm a licensed cosmetologist because they're getting rid of all the fucking records of it. They got rid of the school that I went to. They paid off my loan. I didn't pay $1 out of my pocket for that shit. So, moist mop is mold growth, and anybody who works in an industry that involves a sink understands mold better than any normal person, any just regular citizen who does not work around water. Because once you work around water, you realize how powerful that shit is, like the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. So, Operation Moist Mop. This is why they want to kill me, bitch. Mold growth, biofilms. Allie Carter, shout out, bitch. Motherfucker, ride or die. She's releasing all her dead man switches. This mine. This is mine right here. So, while we may not be directly connected, how is it that by the time I was 19 years old, I had sex with 100 people? How? You just don't realize who you fucking get put around. You don't realize the people that get put in your circle and shit. So, biofilm, and because they couldn't kill me with the fucking STD. They couldn't kill me with the STD, so then they have to resort to this shit. Because there really was, somebody really did sell me as a baby. Somebody really did sell me as a baby. Biofilms and other resistant methods of murder. Biological motherfucking warfare. But so I wrote about biofilms. This is before I just listened to it, because it's my opinion that biofilms are bad. It's something you don't want. Once you have like a water bottle with a biofilm in it, it becomes you're just drinking fungus and bacteria. Once you have a biofilm, it's the same as going to the laundromat, right? You look in the machine, everything looks like a petri dish. Yeah. So once you realize that that's America, this is what they don't want you owning houses. They don't even want you living in houses. They want you on the street. Stop buying their fucking shit. Stop buying their shit and let them figure it out. Because who's going to pay for the Ferrari? You are. You do. Every time you go buy a toothpaste, every time you buy a hand soap, every time you buy a motherfucking N95 mask. If you are buying those things and you don't have money in the motherfucking stock, that's why you're broke. I'm part of that, but that's what the whole stock market is. The whole stock market is a big boys club party. So, right? Like, who the fuck invented paper towels when we had regular towels? And if you do motherfucking regular means of cleaning them, you don't got to worry about cleaning up a shit ton of mold because you fucking hung your shit out. That's why we used to have clothing lines that hung shit up in the sun. But now they got all these motherfucking people crammed into these tuna fish can ass apartments, and motherfucking they're just letting us die of black mold. That's what the Section 8 program is. Section 8 brought drug addicts in and doesn't, at least in California, does not require rehabilitation. So it's just allowing drug addicts to kill anybody who had a fucking fighting chance. So you know what happens then? Tear the building down and they make more space for rich people. Right? Because he could get rid of mold. He just tear the thing down, wait 15 years. Toxic tort, motherfucker shit. Toxic tort ass motherfucker shit. If I had kids, could you please pay for them? Could you please donate to all the kitty cats in the world, whatever money it is that I have coming to me? Because if I don't make it, the fuck is the point of it? If I don't make it out of this shit, the fuck is the point of having any money? You know? That's stupid. And they're trying to set me up to look like I'm a criminal. Did you not hear what I just said? If I don't make it out of this, what the fuck is the point of having any money? So, I'm here by choice because it's a lot of people who have zero chance, zero hope. I'm trying to motherfucking sit here with you, man. Don't look at me in jealousy. Fucking follow suit. Figure it out. Run your ass to a motherfucking place that has air conditioning so you can sit in the air conditioner and work all day while you work on your mold at night. Like, they don't worry about their air conditioner. They got UV lights. They got motherfucking HVAC system galore plus, especially if it's a nice place. Right? Just do your duty and make sure your shit, you do the best to keep your shit clean. I seen a guy at the laundromat with a towel and a paper bag. His ass knows he has mold. He knows he has mold and he put it in the paper bag to contain the spores until he can get it to the laundromat and wash it. Because if you put it in a plastic bag, it's going to grow. That's the difference. His IQ was up there, but still stupid. Because he thought he was fucking with me. Mold growth, biofilms. Like, they try to make it seem like the plastic bags, my clothes, I could put them in the, that's why I put them in the plastic bag. Because I want to see if that shit grows. If I just left it out, it's not going to grow. So I sealed it up in a double plastic bag on both ends like it's a Ziploc baggie, bitch. And my shit did not grow mold. It's only in certain areas. It's in the walls. I could tell you where. So, if you understand anything about ventilation, spores, motherfucking, I don't grow weed or anything, but that's how you dry weed out. You put it in a paper bag and let the bag take the moisture off the weed so the weed doesn't get moldy. That's what I learned from smoking weed. So, defense experts, right? Here's more of this video I watched. Defense experts, they know what considerable risk is. And then they sent unprotected people to clean the shit up, right? So there was an issue and they sent a bunch of, I believe they were military people to clean up some kind of biological situation. And they didn't give them any fucking protection. And what ended up happening is these people, 20, 30 years, started getting sick and dying. So, who was guy in convertible BMW when at the FedEx store when I turned in my mold samples? It was a white convertible BMW and he had fluffy white hair. And I think that was somebody related to whoever it is that's trying to fuck with me. I don't know his name. I didn't feel the need to take the license plate down. They want me to fucking waste my time on all their, it's like actor shit, whether it is or it isn't. Some of this shit really is real, and the mold in the walls is real. But they're really trying to make it look like it's me. Non-reliable readings, like in my case, right? So I use a little piece of tape and I stick it on a piece of fabric, an air filter or whatever. And even with my own microscope, right? Feeding that shit through AI at least, right? Because I have the ability to analysis. That's why you don't trust AI for shit. Ooh, don't let me get angry. But I heard an attorney once say, why would you run your case through AI if you're paying me? Right? If you want to run your shit through AI, you should let AI do it. He's a motherfucker who's feeding AI. They're going off of his case law. Why would you ever do that? AI is the stupidest thing for dummies. But if you know that, right? Like if you ever looked at AI and realized they took your shit, if you ever looked at AI and realized that they're telling you some shit that you fucking programmed, you're like, oh my gosh, I'll never trust this thing again. I could have said anything and they're going to spit it out as if it's fact. So, that's why I have so many fucking email accounts under Gmail, and I want them to feed everything. I think they know me, think they know me, right? And then I ask about myself. It's really funny because they're analyzing. If you don't realize, I think even the ones that's tied up to your fucking work and shit, if you don't realize it, all that shit is cross-referencing, it's checking facts. It knows who you are. AI, if AI has the ability to hack its other motherfucking computer systems and shit, AI knows who you are, and it doesn't matter if you're using one or the other or another, what you sent, what you signed, what you thought was encrypted. It doesn't matter, because AI is that person that's in my fucking apartment on the V2K saying we control everything. That's societe, no? I say societe, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. I have to say that because I they want you to think that you're part of them. You're not. If you're not part of them, you're not part of them. You might be able to rise in the ranks, but they're literally getting you to commit crimes so that they can survive longer. It's not you. They gotta fucking pay for that Range Rover. The Range Rover with the broken fucking suspension. They gotta pay for the motherfucking shit, you know? Um, so in my case, it says no proven exposure. But what I can find from my samples, because I have samples too, I also took on the same day I sent them. Now let me expose those to water and then see what happens. I'm gonna put it on an agar plate, and then we're gonna see if it turns real nasty. And then we're gonna talk about exposure. That's why I ordered that shit. So I got everything. That's why I do everything. Everybody thinks they're a step ahead of me. You're never a step ahead of me. I told you guys what it was gonna be. You would have been a step ahead of me if you would have already killed me, instead of trying to play with me longer. Somebody out there wants everybody to know all this because that's the only reason I'm still alive. Somebody out there wants me to tell all of this because I've gone 2 days without saying shit, right? And the only reason is because you guys had to stop, because you realize every time you do this motherfucking shit, it gets worse for you. It gets worse for you. Regardless, right? Imagine they keep saying like, we thought you had money, we thought you did this. You know I have no money. If everything that you tell me is true about me and everything that you do is motherfucking true, the way that I've seen your ability to hack devices, to motherfucking manipulate things. I couldn't turn off my iPad the other day. Like that shit, it's not just a malfunction. Right? Why is my iPad? It's a 5G motherfucking SD card in there. It should pull up on motherfucking 5G. We're in Los Angeles. I'm not out in the boonies. Should not be no motherfucking LTE on my iPad. I think the iPad's even jailbroken because I can skip songs on fucking paid subscription apps, and I'm not supposed to be able to do that shit. That's the weirdest thing to me. So, and then to boot, the motherfucking, when I have to put the password in, it gives me this little phony ass fucking, that's the reason I stopped using that shit. Every time I gotta put the password in to do a reset, it's like this little phony ass screen grab fucking overlay on my fucking keyboard. Could you stop doing that stupid ass shit? Anyway, history repeats itself, and this is how America kills people anonymously. Satanistic ritual abusers. So anyways, no proven exposure. What about my neighborhood? Do they all have mold upstairs? What about these two apartments with the lock boxes? So if they all have it, what makes you think I'm the cause of it? Do you not hear my thought process when I get home? I literally don't want to touch a motherfucking thing, not even the keys, not even the zipper on my bag before I get to go wash my hands. When I think about putting stuff in my purse, right now I got a bunch of quarters. I did laundry. Do you know how many places those quarters touched? When I was at the laundromat last night, some dummy trying to get a voice file. It's empty. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, right? It's not. It wasn't 2 then. It was like 1:30 maybe. And my machine, the washer machine, is one machine being used out of like 6 machines. And he could tell. You see that shit says 3 minutes left on it. There's folding tables. If you look at the folding table compared to the washer machine very obviously already has mold on it. The washer machines have black dots and dust on the top before you put your clothes in, even. Right? So if you're not using a wash sauce that gets rid of the fucking mold, you have to be using vinegar. If you're not using vinegar, vinegar makes your clothes so nice too. You don't even know. That's like the most surprising thing. But those fabric softener companies do not want you to know that. Do you know I spent $4 on laundry detergent for 3 loads? Did it say 6 loads? I was doing double loads, so it was really 3 loads. $4 on detergent for 4 loads. Do you know that bottle of vinegar is $3.50, and I could have just like washed the whole fucking thing with the fucking bottle of vinegar? So, anyways, they want you to use the detergents. Also, some of the detergents don't mix with vinegar. Some of the detergents don't mix with some of the other shit because they're trying to discourage that. They don't want you. They want you to spend $30 on a bottle of motherfucking Tide. It smells good. It smells too strong for me. Right? I'm smelling my clothes. I put my clothes away. It just smelling them at all is like, ooh, my God. That's a lot of laundry detergent. That's why, like, what makes you so comfortable with that fucking smell? Because you're brainwashed. Everybody, and then I felt rich too. Like, ooh, I spent $4 on the motherfucking Tide, and I know damn well I could go get a bigger one. I save money, and it still make me feel rich because I'm using name brand Tide. What is so special? That's why people steal that shit. Name brand Tide's like a Chanel bag for some people. All you needed is vinegar. Vinegar and some OxyClean or some shit. Don't even have to be name brand. Some borax. I don't know if you can mix them. Don't take my word. But like some, if you got to use a powder wash, use a powder wash. Use a cheap one. Baking soda. I don't know. But fucking spending money on that shit is for the birds. I don't never want to fucking, right? I got to go and get some. But I don't ever, when I get in that aisle, I'm like, I don't want any. Look at how chemical this shit smells. I think I run past that aisle and I walk past it in the store. Like, I step up, like, oh my gosh, too much chemicals. Even what I'm wearing right now, I had to wear it all day and it still feels like it's coated in chemicals. But that's maybe the biofilm from the fucking washer machine. Because I told you, anytime you use those washer machines, you just cleaning someone else's shit off the window. Especially if you overstuff that shit. You overstuff one of those double-decker, triple-decker fucking washer machines, and no wonder you're stinky. Right? It's not a complex at that point. You literally have motherfucking someone else's house bacteria on your skin. Like, you don't know if they washed their fucking, like, you really don't know. I wonder. Wash your laundry. Ooh. That's the type of shit that makes you want to go get a house. If I had a lot of money, would I get a house? Maybe only because the washing machine. Or I get one of these apartments in here and just fucking use that solely for a motherfucking washing machine because I have no intention of moving. Right? I can't fit it in here. I can't have it in here. James put a notice on my door saying can't have a washing machine. Well, okay, it's not here anymore, and my mom got rid of it. Proof that the shit is not in my apartment, and you're trying to make it look like I'm the motherfucking cause of the flooding. You're fucking kidding me. It's not a washing machine in here anywhere. Is that why you guys came looking for it? You guys keep coming back looking for it. Like, how can we blame her? How she I go to the motherfucking laundromat like everybody else. Oh, you thought I was rich? Germs. No, I'm here. Fucking, I got a pair of pants that look like I gotta look at those in the microscope because I told you after every time they come in here is the only time I see weird shit. So supposedly somebody put some shit on my fucking clothes, and now I gotta check and see under the microscope if it's got fucking fangs and cripply fucking million fucking feet and like roto mouth fucking shit. I gotta look at that under a microscope now because that's how funny these people like to be. So I have jokes for you too. I'm so glad that shit got stuck on the underwear. It was a pair of shorts, not underwear, but that's how close I check my clothes. That's how, when I go do laundry, whether it be at my mom's house or at the laundromat, that's how I know my shit's clean. Right? I have a whole pile of clothes I can't put under my bed because I suspect them of having mold. So they're just set aside. And I just gotta wait for the fucking county to come. I don't know how this goes for other people. It gets worse. Other people don't have a motherfucking. That's why Walmart. I don't know if that's why Walmart, but Walmart. I don't know which dehumidifier it is that they're selling, and it's possible. Be careful. They might be selling you mold. Um, but Walmart dropped the price of a $300 dehumidifier to $60. You know why? Because they're trying to make up for all the bad. They're managing their fucking that is an MK Ultra fucking handbook guide that I've never read, but I have a feeling they are managing their fucking stock. That is how they are managing it, by making dehumidifiers affordable. And I explained yesterday how Walmart operates. If you don't know anything about business, that's one of my favorite things about economy and fucking running a business management. If you look at Walmart's motto, right? They have so much money, they can outbid anybody on any fucking contract. That's all that Walmart is. And they don't pay their employees. They got so much money, they're outbidding contracts left and right. I wonder what it's like to work for Walmart and be a purchaser. They're outbidding everybody. Well, you make it for this company. We did our research and we saw that you make these drills for this company for $50 because they buy 100,000. What if we bought 1,000,000? How much could you make it for us for? We're actually even gonna build you a whole new plant just so you can make these for us for $2. Could you do that? That's how motherfucking business works. When you have money. With my knowledge of money, right, and my nonchalant no care for it, I should be able to be one of those people. But that I could never, because I care about people. You think, well, in that sense, listen, in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, if that's how Walmart's really doing business, think about all the people that get employed building the motherfucking warehouse. All the people the warehouse gotta fucking employ. Even if they're not paying reasonable, where they're like, we're still giving people a job. Well, how much money did you save and how much money do you make off all these people that shop at your store? Because it's so, now you got an exclusive. Only place you could get that shit because you shut the company down until they finish your orders. Now you're the only person. Like, it's logical. It's economy. It's, did you go to school? Did you pay attention? You know? So Walmart is my favorite example of how the fuck to run a business. And that whole Walton family, right? Look them up, you know? Look them up and see what they do for people. So that's what I mean. This all goes full circle. Those people that buy the drill for $5, sell it to you still, they're still, so somebody else was buying it for $50. How much were they selling it for? $100? At $5, they can sell it for $60 and still make more money than the other person. That's math. Do you know math? So they can sell it for $10 more than what the other person's buying it for. And their profit fucking smashes that shit. Right? So they bought it for $5. How much is, let's do the math. $5. If they bought it for $5, the other person's buying it for $50. That's $45 in profit if they match the price. $55 in profit if they just go a little bit over. So the other company, it becomes a non-compete. That's a monopoly. Can't compete. They got too much money. That's where we're at right now. I can compete. I can tell you how their shit works, and maybe hopefully people will make their own choices. Do you want to sell out for bad treatment? I've been waiting, I think, probably 20 years to like make this example and talk about this. Ever since I went to college. Right? This is the most fucking important thing to me. This is something I really paid attention to in economics. Because it's economics of the 99-cent store. They took 99-cent store out. Now we got Dollar General. It's really $5. You ever been into five and below or whatever? Shit's still $10 or $15. All of that's marketing shit to steal your money. Right? And guess what it all is? Stuff you bought at a discount store because you can't afford the product that's going to last you a lifetime. Stuff that you're going to end up having to throw away because you're going to get black mold. That's all temporary stuff. They're counting on you to die. And they buy all the nice shit. And then when you steal from them or you steal their nice shit, then they ask you to come work for them. Is that how fucking that shit works? That is exactly how it works, if you really think about it. If you really think about it. Wait till you see all these people that's about to have to step down from some shit coming up. Wait till you see all these people that's about to get fired for such foul fucking inhumane civil rights violation type of treatment shit. Wait till you see. Wait till you see how many people think it's funny to treat people like animals as long as they're on the benefiting end. Right? It's the same kind of people who walk up to a bunch of Hispanic motherfucking people who clean and then say, line them up. Bitch, fuck your cell phone. We speak Spanish. We don't even care about your fucking cell phone. We're all right here. We don't need to call anybody on your cell phone. You know, they fucking should have tore her ass a new fucking one. That type of shit. Right? But everybody has their fall from grace. So I don't wish ill on anybody. I wish everybody get what they deserve. I don't need to wish ill on anybody. We're all breathing the same air. Realize that and your depression will go away. When you realize we are all sharing the same air, you're not going to be sad about money anymore. You know why? Because those motherfuckers, just because they could afford a mask, they got to go their whole life not wearing a mask. You outside, you already built up a fucking tolerance. Stop using their fucking toothpaste. Right? I don't suggest you do anything I tell you to do. I suggest you do your research. I suggest you do your research and make the decision on your own and see how it fits your health. I'm thriving right now and everybody around me is waiting for me to die. I'm thriving right now. As y'all wait for me to die. It comes quick though. So it may be a quick and painless one because I feel good right now. You know? It's sad people out there that like, here, let me tell you about excuses I heard high up people make. Somebody had to go to court. I don't know how much of this is true or how much is not. But as an attorney, you want to do the best for your client, right? And if my ass will get fired for showing up late to work, depending on the deal, right? Depends on where you work, who you work for, what they care about. But let's say somebody's paying you an exorbitant amount of money to do some shit for them, right? And you show up late and fuck that shit up because you wore some high heels or you parked too far. You had to park your car. You couldn't take the bus that drops you right off in the front or I don't know. Right? Like, it's just, there's so many ways to frame it. It's perspective and it's never making excuses. Don't ever make excuses because you always end up looking so dumb. So I don't know how people get to the positions that they're in life, making excuses, talking shit behind. I'll talk shit to your face. I'll talk shit to your face. But it's not shit talking. It's clarifying. It's understanding. If I don't understand, that's why gaslighting me doesn't work. If I don't understand something, I'm going to come at you with 10 different scenarios and I need you to explain why you answered that way in each scenario. And in the process, it's going to be revealed that your ass is motherfucking lying and gaslighting. Right? I can ask you 10 ways in a way that makes you think that I don't understand. Whole time I know very fucking damn well. I'm just trying to see if you can explain it the same 10 different ways. That's fucking Fauci's tie. That's Josh Hawley. I don't know if we agree. I think he's a Republican, right? I don't know him. Um, but I really like the way he talks his shit to people. Right? It's a very respectable way of getting people to fucking tell on themselves. Like master manipulator, but for the motherfucking good side. So you can always agree to disagree. We may not have the same ideas, we may not have the same pockets. But when it comes down to telling the truth and making examples of people who don't, that guy, I want to listen to him talk all fucking day. The way he does it too, and I think he has black in him. Something. He's from the South. I don't know. His hair, he has a crown, right? The 2 inches. I don't know if that's narcissism or if he's really just fucking, he's of the level. But I don't know anything bad. Every time I see him without bias, I listen to what he has to say. I'm like, damn, you go ahead, Josh. So it's weird things. It's weird things that's happening right now. Who else? Trump. Trump and the motherfucking vaccine. What made you do that, Trump? I thought you would want everybody to have a vaccine, no? I'm all right with that. That's the shit. He's trying to get black people to vote for him. Trying to get everybody to vote for him. How you gonna vote? You're already out, on your way out, buddy. Just make sure that you leave your good name or something. I don't know. But maybe the vaccine, maybe it's a reverse psychology type thing. Where he's advising that he doesn't want it, so everybody now is going to go out and see, well, why would he say that? Why would he say that he doesn't want you to have it if it's not good? I mean, oh, that's what that is. It's okay. It comes with the air compressor. Anyway, only certain people will understand that. Josh Hawley, could you get on this video and fucking take care of this shit? If you are in disagreement with MK Ultra style tactics on innocent people, because after 20 motherfucking years of this shit, it's pretty obvious I'm motherfucking innocent. Oh, that's the other thing. It's a 20-year setup on my life that starts at the motherfucking juvenile justice court system. And there's other people out there. Example, California ward of the state. I found out Allie Carter is a ward of the state. Allie Carter was raped since she was motherfucking 3 months old. 3 months. Can you believe that? And she's got enough out there. She has said enough. Her emotions. She's not. If she's an actor, she's a very good actor. That I don't think that's acting. That is how somebody reacts when they have been traumatized. And she talks about it. The splits from being traumatized. I don't know how many alters she has. But she is of the kind that's unfuckwithable. You cannot, I think this is mold on my shorts too. I gotta change my shorts. Hold on. Because I don't think that was on there when I fucking put these motherfuckers on. I think they got wet in the daytime, sometime throughout the day. Or that's burnt. It might be burnt because the dryer was so hot. You never know, polyester. But just like random shit, when you see mold start growing on the clothes that you're wearing on your body, and you're like, ah, damn, I'm gonna get rid of that, motherfucker. That could be period blood too, because my period's so bad. So these ones, I'll put them over there, but they're probably gonna go in the trash can now. When I realize like it's my period blood or mold. Either way, it didn't come out in the washing machine because I don't get to go to my mom's house and use her nice washing machine. So, right, imagine that. You got to put somebody else's motherfucking gym shoes on your coochie. So when I do my laundry, I'll run 3 loads if I have to. When I wash my underwear at least. And here's how concerned about germs I am. I will use the same machine. I don't care how long I'm at the laundromat. It doesn't matter if there's 30 machines. 30 of those machines could have all been used by the same nasty person. So what I do, I put my nastiest clothes in the laundry first. That's to clean out the machine. I put my nastiest clothes in because they're nasty. I already know it's nasty, so I'm not really like too concerned about if that load doesn't come out as clean as possible. And then as it progresses, like I'll start with my shower curtains. They're polyester and washable. They're white. So that's my first test of a washing machine. That's usually what I will start with. When I bring them. But so that's how we start the wash off, and then I'll do like my socks, and we'll work our way up. I say my underwear, try to save it for the last thing because, like, I want the cleanest machine possible. So if 100 people are using this machine, I'm trying to make sure it's only my water inside of the fucking tank. That's a whole nother thing about washing machines and water appliances. This shit is all designed to make you fucking sick. Like as far as a washing machine, for those who don't know, most, I want to say most, if not all, washing machines have a little a reservoir, and this goes for Keurig machines, Keurig appliances, any appliance that has a water tank. Any appliance that has a water tank has the ability to just be a mold factory. Because the first time you get one little mold spore in that bitch, that's all it's producing from there on out. Except for, I found a way, like, it's not mold in my dehumidifier, it's mildew, at least to the best of my knowledge. It's mildew. But because it just collects water, that's all it does. So if you are looking at your little dehumidifier tank, you can spray that shit with vinegar. And what does that do? It makes it so the mold and mildew cannot fucking build up. So instead of having a dirty tank that you don't know what kind of bacteria and shit's in there, start with motherfucking vinegar. Bleach, no, not bleach, because bleach, depending on the material of the tank, is going to make the tank burst. Vinegar may even do that too, but I think bleach would be more dangerous. Bleach is also more expensive. Why don't you just start with the cheap shit? So imagine how this, like, butterfly effects change the world. But I wonder who owns the vinegar company. If the vinegar company is owned by the people who make bleach, we're just fucked. Right? That's your economy. Right now, that's my economy. I gotta go because I got a bug on the way. In the way. Yeah, that's crazy. So, man. What else? If all of this is just a big old psyop and intended to make me run my mouth and talk about things, how real does the stuff that I'm talking about sound? How possible? It sounds very real, very possible, right? Like, if we were to go into the court of law, which I'll probably never get a chance because it's not something I'm seeking. I don't want to be filthy rich, and most attorneys are related and tied up in this in more ways than you could possibly imagine. So I'm not litigious. I'm just trying to live. Is that why they thought that I had a lot of money? If I had a lot of money, bitch, I would have already sued your ass. You would have been sued. And I would not be on motherfucking YouTube talking about this shit. Me talking about it on YouTube is my way of getting justice when I don't see there's ever going to be justice. When after I park my car at nighttime, there's cops with body cameras and shit on waiting to fucking big fish, girl. right? So whatever confidential informant, whoever that is that a probation officer? Your probation officer? Like what? Like whatever the fuck this shit is, you should have left me out of it. Um, like the whole thing, the whole point of me being here still is one, to make sure the black mold gets taken care of. Because if I leave and they just shine up this little shithole, the next person's exposed to black mold, probably going to go through the same thing. So the longer I'm here, I am preventing them from doing this to somebody else next. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy, no? That's crazy. I'm getting sleepy. Hmm. Huh? You like it? I like it. I can hear you. I can hear all the radio waves and match the voices. Peach! Peach and Sasha! I know that's you. Huh? Hey, Mom? I think that's you. Marcus. Marcus. Marcus, Marcus, Marcus. Right. Yeah, so everything I said is really interesting, right? Um, well, there's more. We're not done yet. Okay. I'm so sleepy. I was just like sleeping while on the live. History repeats itself, and this is how America kills people anonymously. Satanic ritual abuse. Like, imagine just testing biological warfare on people and laughing, or like cutting a line from everybody else because you don't want to touch the spoon after they touch it, or like being called out of a food line because somebody wants to play with your mental and make you think you have things you don't, or maybe they know that you do because they have knowledge of it. Cancers and blood disorders. The vets that helped with mop and whatever that was, they eventually developed cancers and blood disorders because they really are trying to kill you. And that's where I'm at right now. Um, Biofilm may lead to development of cancer. The toxins from black mold, that may be why people are watching me so closely. What I think is they lied to you to see how, and it's been proven, this MK Ultra tactic. Um, I don't know if this experiment was MK Ultra, but it sounds very much like it, where they told citizens that there's a person on this other side of the wall who's hooked up to electrodes, and every answer is supposed to be treated like a non-answer, every whatever. And for that they receive shock. So it gets to the point where they've like pretty much I don't know if it was a real person or a fake person. Sometimes it's both. There are multiple studies. Right. There is a place that really did this to people. Um, what ends up happening, I think, in like 95% of the cases, some high fucking number, almost 100%, may have even been 100% of the cases, uh, the people on the giving side of the torture kill the people on the receiving side. So I think in the beginning they had used real people at Berkeley, right? Was that at Berkeley? I know I read it somewhere. So in the beginning they used real people, and eventually they still did the experiment, but they took out the people and replaced them with actors. Actors. Just like the people around me. There's more. Are we here? Are we here? Am I checking? Checking? Checking. Here we go. I'm checking. Checked in? Are you checked in? So we could talk about how Berkeley is set up for people to run away. We could talk about Patty Hearst. Um, we can get into all of those things. Those things I remember. You hear those stories once and they'll stick with you forever. Whether or not you know them to be true. I don't like to be the repeater of other people's stories because I don't know how the truth changes for them. I can only speak on my perspective and perception. What it appears like now is the entire floor of the unit above me is wet. It looks like they had a flood maybe. And so that it's not just because they're trying so bad for the mold to spread. I don't know. Who knows? But everything is looking kind of water soggy. Um, just about everything. So when I look at my it's not just through the security camera, it's actually in the apartment too. That's the reason why it looks like that. It's almost getting to the point where I have to stop my fucking ceiling fan, because my ceiling, I have to put either the little things that collect the spores or stop the fan from running, because the ceiling is starting to look saturated. They're trying to exponentially increase the mold spores because it's not going on its own. We're still at 48% humidity. It's not trying hard enough. This is just in my mind and how it looks, my perception. But when I watch from the 24/7 closed circuit television, um, it looks and appears as if it's moldy. And what I mean by that, it appears as if there's just such a high amount of dust that every turn of the fan blade, you can see the shadow, like effects of the shadow with no shadow. I don't know. Eventually, it will take over everything. That's their intention. I don't care. They're going to have just another tick on their belt of fucking cruelty, human cruelty. And they'll be so happy. Maybe this is how they get higher up in the boys club, killing people with mold. They get another rank on their belt for their Reich of the 33rd fucking triumphant army of bullshitters. And that's how you make a slumlord. People who want to be high up in an organization that's where I bring in like baby touchers and stuff. Like, who does this to people? Only people who are doing this are like people who have found their tribe, they think, because they can share stories of baby touching and shit. That's what it feels like. Oh, as I was falling asleep, I got attacked by V2K. Those were the names that I kept shouting out. Is people in this building, and I could hear them like very vividly, very clearly, but it was coming through as if it was like radio transmissions, and they were all yelling at me. And that was me falling into what I thought was sleep, but also part of that was real, right? Like, what makes me scream out these people's names? I think I was screaming out, Marcus, Marcus. What that is, that's the name, the supposed reported name, that's in the call box. My name is no longer in the call box. I took a video today. But we'll go check and see if he decided to change his mind and put it in there. I wonder how high up his rank is. Whose rank? I don't know. I can't tell you. But you know, if you know. Whoever it is that took my name out of the call box thinking they're going to get an angry voice file from me, so that they can portray me as an angry person. It's for a narrative. So I don't know who has the best magnetic handle as far as... Oh, and that's what's happening. That's how your devices die. Electronics, they kill electronics with electromagnetic field manipulation. So I have 2 Ryobi fans to the cost of $200 or something that have lost power enough to just stop working. 4 if you include the 2 mini ones. And it's not a product failure, because those products, they'll run forever. It's just a fucking battery. One of them, it's like it's seized, and I don't know if it's because of something that's stuck or what. One of them won't work at all. I don't know if relocating the item makes it so it works better, because what the intention is for me to throw it away and then they fix it immediately and they didn't have to pay $200 for a fan. It's like broke slimy shit. Right? So if we think about who has co-adapted this program, The reason mold might start showing up in my apartment would be like if I decide to stop caring about taking a shower as soon as I get inside. If I didn't go wash my hands immediately, that would make sense for my apartment to look kind of how it does right now. But I do all of those things, and supposedly there's no mold in here. This shit is not dust. Dust does not grow upside down. I don't know in what country or town you're fucking from that mold grows on the underside of, not mold, that dust falls on the underside of a wood board. That's not mold. I mean, that is mold. That's maybe one of my test results that didn't come back. I wonder which fucking test result that one was. Oh, you know what? I don't think I pressed hard enough for them to get anything on that one. That's why mold testing is so different. It's like, it's difficult, kind of a waste of your money. Makes you feel better for no reason artificially so that you can continue to spread the mold for them. Whole time they own the mold company that you sent your fucking money into. Or the camera, not camera, the credit card that you used. Like, how are you guys all even a network that operates still? You have enough law enforcement. There's enough people out there that turn a blind eye to this. Like, imagine if I were to become an attorney, a judge, a doctor, any of those things. Like, what are you guys gonna do? You're gonna just keep sending me dead bodies until I quit? That's universal. That's what that is what they wanted for me. They make sure. I don't want to talk about that because you know why? They gave me a new car. Uh, I don't have to talk about everybody. When I don't talk about people, I find that it continues to benefit me, right? So I don't want to talk about people a whole bunch. Um, I believe I've already shared the story. If I haven't, I'll go back and look and check and see. But all of these videos are usually prompted by somebody saying some shit. This one is prompted by, I wanted to get what I had to say out before I went outside, and now I'm not going outside. Well, I'm going to go outside, but fucking A, man. All of this is designed to chip and whittle away at your pockets. They think that money makes people upset. That all they're doing is projecting and promoting themselves. Right. One of those tickets is upsetting. As upsetting as it is, I have a job. I have a job where I make money. If my job is getting ready to fire me, so be it. But I take care of my appliances that have water. Like, this shit's crazy. Look, I blocked one person and all the fucking weirdo messages stop. I didn't block them. I put you on timeout. You can be weird tomorrow until I put your ass on timeout again. Oh, man.